My name is Kwame Owusu, and I'm into agribusiness, and I'm going to tell you about how I started my pilot project in vegetable farming. The whole idea for starting a farm was in 2013, and firstly, I wanted to make an alternative income, and second, to promote the youth in agriculture. I realized that most of the youth and young people in Ghana aren't interested in agriculture. I believe that if we ourselves aren't interested in growing our own food, pretty soon we are going to be importing all our food to Ghana. And this will be a shame because Ghana has the land and the resources to supply us with all the food we need. The first thing I did was to research into the types of crops that get a high price in the market. I also did research into land acquisition. You know, most people think they have to buy a land in order to start a farm. But because of the complicated land turnover system, I found that it makes more sense for a small farmer to rent the land and start a farm with it.
You are Yeliba, as in a Becamusa, a Dunda Cosso, and Sister Mumbo cry. And so, you are do, every Mubenya Sonoja, Ayeduma, Ama and Nunyam, Aka, half walk, the Biakanyani, Na Aka,
The ideal type of land is close to a river or stream. You know, agriculture in Ghana is mostly depends on rain. If you're growing crops near a body of fresh water, you can irrigate your land regularly to produce all year round, regardless of the rainfall. This river shares border with our land, and this is what we're going to use for irrigation as well. And it looks like we're really going to do a good job. And I don't know what to say, but I mean, everything is just lovely out here. The first step we had to take was for land preparation. That means clearing the land, removing tree stumps. One of these tractors to go and do our job. And that's my main man over there. A man have to eat before, so this is our chief operator, and he has to eat a bowl of kinky or fish to give him a lot of energy. Plowing in order to turn the soil, and then harrowing the land to break down the soil particles into smaller pieces and remove all debris from the soil. So first we set up our green pepper nursery. In order to prepare the land for the vegetables, we mixed in organic manure that we got from a nearby poultry farm with the soil. The next step was for us to start preparing the seedbeds. The green pepper needed to start in the nursery, but we were able to nurse the cows directly into the seedbed. You have to put palm branches on it. That's like nursing the carrots. So we're putting some palm branches on it, you know, to protect it from direct sunlight. Our caretaker at that time knew how to do the setup for the irrigation system.
I'm going to water and then start transplanting around 3 o'clock. I'm only demonstrating how the way manner we shall go about the watering, so that they also have knowledge about it.
So I bought a pumping machine and PVC pipes and other necessary materials, and pretty soon we had an irrigation system that drew water directly from our stream.
you love down. If you fight up unless you wonder. I say water no get any.
Today we're rolling with a motor convoy. That's how we have to transport our crew. You know, we have to go by the road because it rained heavily and the cars can't come over. So me and my crew, Rasta as usual. Trying to move close to the farm, so I came to pitch my tent, and that's where I slept last night. You know, take you for a tour in my tent. So this is my bedroom, and this is where I slept last night. And we're getting close to the farm, so very soon we'll just mount this entirely on the farm and we will do some work.
The girls they love my flow, and if you want to spend my dough, come join body and let's go. Buzz around, if you want to come around, we can go.
The green pepper plants took well to the soil, but we had some challenges with the weather because the land was too hot, so we lost some of the green pepper plants to the heat. We set up our carrots. It was a great feeling seeing these carrots start to come from the ground, because then you realize that all the hard work is producing something. It gives you more motivation to keep going. About 2 weeks in, I realized there was a problem with pests. We had to put in pest control measures to save the carrots. After that, everything was fine, and it was just about watching the plants grow. After a month, you have to do something called thinning out in the carrots. This means taking some of the carrot plants out of the ground to give space for the remaining carrots to grow big. The only thing to do was weed control. I employed people to handpick the weeds from around the carrots and to use a hand fork to loosen the soil, allowing the soil for water to seep in deeply and to giving the cows even more space to grow bigger. After 3 months, the cows and the green pepper were ready for the market. So I went to the local market to meet up with the traders who purchased the produce from the farmers, and they decided to come to my farm to buy my vegetables. This is my first harvest that I'm going to sell.
One day things must get better. Be strong, and I say, well, I firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. One day things must get better. The rich is wise in his own conceit, but the fool with overstanding searcheth him out. Poor man mourn, the riches increase. I said, be not grieved, riches are not forever. Every not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. Be not wise in thine own eyes, only Jah you must praise. Strive not with a man without a cause. If he have done you no harm, let bygone be bygone. Said I had a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel over